What's going on, everybody? I'm doing this video here on YouTube. I'm gonna let everybody know everywhere that it's here, but the reason I'm doing it here and not doing it on IG is because there are a bunch of restrictions, A, on what I can say, and B, because there are definite time restrictions. So what I'm going to talk about is my experience in the last week of life on Instagram, and some observations that I made. So I think that this video is more for me than y'all. So pardon me for that. This is like I have to get this shit out. On 10/7, I woke up to my wife crying about a missile attack in Israel. Right now, full disclosure, I am married to an Israeli woman. She has family out there. So I, by marriage, have family out there, and I also have actual friends out there. Right, people that I care about outside of my relationship with my wife. Now, when she tells me this, I, ask the usual questions. Is everybody okay? And once I got that, I went back to sleep. Now, let me rewind that real quick. I said usually, because this is not a unusual occurrence, right? This is not something that I am not used to hearing. The first couple times I was like, wait, what? A fucking missile? Like, what you mean? A bombing? What are you talking about? This shit is happening on a fucking regular in Israel, and I know this. This is not to say that it does not happen in Palestine, right? But there are very staunch differences that a lot of people do not recognize. So, I wake up Saturday, and my wife is still, in tears, and she's being very, not stoic, but like it's like her energy is fucked up. I could tell that. So I get up, I go to the bathroom, and as most people do, I take my phone with me and I scroll up on Instagram, and I'm scrolling and I'm seeing the same type of video. I'm seeing these girls running, and I'm seeing people being put in the trucks, and I'm seeing guns, and I'm seeing all this shit. So I stop and I watch one of the videos, and that's when I find out the extent of what is going on. Now, at the time, that maybe I missed it because I was half asleep, but I didn't remember that it was. I didn't remember my wife saying what exactly was going on, right? So now I'm seeing it for the first time, and I saw some. I tend to go down rabbit holes, so I watched a bunch of videos, and the entire day Saturday, and literally up until the moment that I recorded the video that I made on Sunday and put on Instagram, I was hearing the cries of these mothers, the cries of these women. I was seeing these images that I could not fucking unsee, and I had to speak about it. Now, if you know me, I'm a brain in a voice box, so I had to do it. I was not expecting really any response. You got to understand that by this point, right, by that day, October 7th, I wouldn't say that I had given up on Instagram, but there was really no traction for anything that I was doing. So I didn't stop, right? But I wasn't under the impression that it was going to even reach anybody. It was just something that I needed to speak on. That is officially my biggest video, the video with the most fucking views. And what is wild to me is the fucking comment section. Right now, I've dealt with trolls before. I'm a troll eater. I promise you, I don't fucking mind trolls. I can return any energy. I'll just leave it like that. I can literally return any energy. The shit that I was fucking seeing people say in response to that video, right? Now I could understand if I made a video and I was obviously upset about the sexual assault that that was occurring, and the kidnapping of civilians and children and things like that. And if I had said they need to destroy or level Gaza, or they need to take all of the Palestinians off the map, if I had been spewing rhetoric like that, I could see the vitriol that I faced coming at me. It would make sense, right? In the video, I just denounced the terrorist that committed those acts. We know, or I thought that we knew, right? Silly me for assuming, but I thought that it was common knowledge that Hamas was a terrorist group. I thought everybody knew that. I thought that every fucking body understood that Hamas and the Palestinian people are not the fucking same. I thought that was fucking common knowledge, at least to Americans and people that live in the West. I really thought that. Silly fucking me, because the responses that I was getting were acting as if I was condemning the entirety of the Palestinian people. Meanwhile, the other comments were condoning basically these actions by saying, well, what do you expect them to do? They've been occupied and this, that, and the third. That is a justification of sexual assault. From where? I still stand, by the way, I still stand 10 toes down, 100% on everything that I fucking said in that video on Sunday. The fucking people that did those atrocious things are disgusting savages. They are less than human. And I'm very careful and cognizant of language, right? I say that to say that I generally do not use language that tends to dehumanize people. But I believe in using language that is absolutely descriptive and fact-based. And those people are fucking savages. Now, what happened is, and I didn't realize, obviously, that it was happening. What was happening was I had let these hateful people in my comment section who were justifying these actions dictate how I move. What I mean is, after Saturday happened, right, I knew, like every fucking body else, that there was going to be a retaliation. I also knew that the only places that they could retaliate were the places where the civilians of Palestine were going to be. Why? Because Hamas is a terrorist group, and they have literally encompassed themselves by the people of Palestine to prevent any retaliation. So I knew, first of all, I understood the fucked up position and predicament that the government of Israel was in. And by the way, just so we're clear, the Israeli government is fucked, just like the American government. Take that how you fucking take it. Understand, I don't fucking pander to anybody. So if you are somebody who believes that everything that is going on and on behalf of the Israeli government is fucking right and exact, then we are gonna be fucking at odds. You have to acknowledge that there have been fucked up things that have happened. Just like you have to be able to acknowledge things like, for example, the water situation and the power situation, right? There are people that say, oh, the Israeli government is fucked up. How could they fucking do this? Then cut these people off from power, this, that, and the third. Nobody's asking how in 70 plus years these people don't have an infrastructure. How these people are still dependent on their enemy. And nobody's talking about why the fuck Israel is allowing them power and water anyway. Well, power anyway, because they get their water from the other side, but they have to refine that water, which takes power, right? So why, if Israel is so fucking evil, right? They do fucked up shit. The government does fucked up shit. But if they were so fucking evil and they wanted to wipe these people off of the fucking planet, why the fuck they giving them power for so long? And yes, I know that there have been times where they have fucking taken the power away. Why the fuck would they give it back? They don't, like, why? Think about that. If you my enemy and you cannot attack me if you don't have power, literally like electricity, if you can't attack me or it becomes harder for you to attack me, why would I fucking give you fucking power? Why? Because that is not the goal of the Israeli government, to fucking commit genocide. Like it or not. The ways in which they have accomplished some of the things that they have accomplished, the way that they have done some of the things that they have done, absolutely fucked up. But you know what? I looked on the dark web. On the deep web. I didn't go into the dark web, right? But I looked on the deep web and all over the regular fucking internet. And I cannot fucking find any fucking thing that says or any cases or any video of the IDF doing the shit that fucking Hamas did on Saturday. Are civilians right now in Gaza getting the shit bombed out of them? Are those hospitals beyond? Absolutely. Absolutely. And that shit breaks my fucking heart, which brings me back to what I was saying about my humanity. Because when I made that video on Sunday, I knew that either Monday or Tuesday, I was going to need to make the same kind of video about the Palestinian people. But what ended up happening online was I became so enthralled in these fucking battles and comments and people spewing bullshit and misinformation. So I'm correcting people and I'm making posts stating facts about things that are absolutely important, but things that really could have waited until after I did what I knew I needed to fucking do. By Tuesday, Wednesday, I was like, okay, I need to fucking, I'd seen some shit. I was like, okay, I need to fucking do this fucking video. And I fucking didn't. As opposed to making the fucking video, I was researching shit. As opposed to making the video, I was commenting or returning comments. I was DMing until I couldn't for 3 fucking days. It's losing my fucking humanity. Thursday, same fucking shit. Same fucking shit. Now, it's affecting me personally, mentally. I'm not fucking sleeping. I'm not fucking eating. I'm on fucking line. I'm consumed, not even with the bullshit that I'm experiencing in the comment section, but now I'm fucking watching all of this shit going on in fucking Palestine, right? The shit that happened Saturday happened Saturday. I like, there's really not much more like to see as far as that. The shit in Gaza is fucking ongoing. So like, I'm being consumed with that. And at the same fucking time, people are fucking accusing me of being unempathetic, unsympathetic, of being like, I've been called everything. Like, I'm gonna just leave it there. losing my fucking humanity. And it wasn't until yesterday, Friday, that I was able to fucking put everything together. I had to kind of step away, step out, and look. And I realized that because I was so busy combating these evil motherfuckers and returning that fucking evil fucking energy, I was not doing what was sitting right with my fucking soul and acknowledging the fucking tragedy that is occurring in Gaza right now with the civilians. It's fucked up because there's no justification, but the reason that is fucking happening is because of what I said earlier. The way that these motherfucking terrorists have positioned themselves, the only way to take them out is to do what the fuck they're doing, which is fucked up. Fucked up. It's also fucked up that the Egyptian government will not let these fucking people in. These people. Why? Because they know, and this is fucked up, they know that if they let the Palestinian people in, they can't distinguish between those people and Hamas, and they don't fucking want terrorists in their fucking country. Think about that. They're not letting Palestinians in because they don't want terrorists in their country. And they understand that all Palestinians are not fucking terrorists. But they know how Hamas operate. That's fucking wild. Nobody's fucking talking about that. Nobody's talking about the fact that who in an actual war, what military is dropping flyers telling people, look, this is getting ready to go down, go that way. We ain't doing nothing that way, go that way. What, when in the history of history has that kind of warning been fucking made? Why? Because their goal is not to obliterate the people. It's not. It's not. Going back to my humanity, right? The reason that I'm doing this video, I don't respond well to bullies, right? I was bullied for a very large portion of my life, and because of that trauma, I have a trauma reaction, right? When people are ganging up on me, I go into a mode, and I realized that in this situation, that prevented me from showing my empathy, because I didn't want the people who were attacking me to feel like they fucking won. And that fucks with me. It has really been fucking with me. I'm gonna be honest, it didn't really hit me until probably 1 o'clock on Friday. It is now almost 3 o'clock on Saturday, so a little over 24 hours. And aside from the time that I would sleep, because I actually dealt with it, I was able to sleep. Aside from the hours that I was sleeping, this shit has fucking been on my mind, because it's not like I didn't feel the empathy, right? I just found reasons not to express it, and that is fucked up. And I think that, especially if you are not in Israel, and if you are obviously not in Palestine, you wouldn't even be seeing this. But I think that if you are not in those places, no matter the connection that you have to them, I think that the very first thing we should do, especially as people who cannot really do anything to affect the actual situation, the first thing that we should do is react with our humanity. Acknowledge the humanity in yourself and the lack of humanity in these situations, right? And this is not calling for anybody to justify anything, and like, how you view the facts of the situation is how you view the facts. The facts do matter, though. History does matter. And now there is yet another focus on my page, which is going to be to show through verifiable proof the history of this conflict, the history of Israel, and the history of the Jewish people. And that is not a lane that I wanted to enter, because there are people and resources that are more connected, have more proximity, and have way more knowledge than I do. But because for whatever reason, the page has become, I don't want to say popular, but it has become a resource, right? I feel that it is important to be that resource. So no matter what the situation is, I'm going to be viewing things objectively. I'm going to be presenting facts. I, as always, will welcome dissent, but the dissent cannot be feeling based, right? If you have a connection on either side, that is fine. I will be respectful of that connection, but facts absolutely matter. History absolutely matters. And if we're going to have these conversations, intellectual honesty is of paramount importance. So with that said, to the 2 or 3 people that see this, I will see y'all later. If you are, even if you're not invested, and you're just somebody who is interested in facts, then by all means, for the next little stretch of time, you are going to want to follow very closely to my post. I am going to be putting a lot of historical facts in motion, and I'm just going to be putting them out there. I'm not going to be arguing in one way or the other. The role that I have decided to take on is to be the fact bearer. I will separate my opinions and my feelings, because I am human. I do have feelings. I do have thoughts, right? I will separate those from any fact-based post and only present and argue the facts. So with that said, I'll see y'all later, and rest in peace to the souls that have been lost this week in this fucking conflict. All of them. Last thing I'm going to say is, and my wife hates when I say this. Religion is evil. Religion is the causality of all of this. All of it.